Wonderful. Okay. I'm at a waterfall right now. I'm going to show you guys. This is my first time ever seeing a waterfall. I would have brought the microphone stuff out sooner. I just didn't know how it worked and I didn't take the time to learn. But now we know. I went through this huge trail back here in my heels and I thought it was going to be a short little. No, I was very wrong. Okay, ready? Look, so beautiful. Oh, love. And all this here is still. I was reading some of the signs and it was talking about the Civil War, and that's all I read about. And then I kept going. But there was a covered bridge that was very pretty. I purposely took. Actually, look at all those rocks up there. Yeah, I wanted to try something different. I purposely took my camera up here because I already had a topic I wanted to talk about. But then I figured, let me add something different to it. Oh, this looks so good. My topic, I had a conversation with a guy in the strip club, of course, like a month ago, and it's been replaying in my head ever since. This guy was 50. He had been divorced twice. And he was telling me about his first marriage and the woman cheating on him and just everything that went wrong. And he had daughters too. So he was trying to give me advice. And he was great. He just gave me money. I didn't really have to do anything. And when he came to, he made some joke about like you can go fishing, but you have to throw the fish back in, like talking about the strippers. But him specifically, he was talking to me about what he was teaching his daughters, and he taught his daughters to obviously never rely on a man, but to have your own life. And with his first wife, he worked really hard to get to the point where he's at now. And now he lives on like one of those cruise destinations in Mexico. He lives there. And then I don't remember why he was in Atlanta. But he lives there. And he was telling me that with his first wife, he worked really hard on his business. It was something with real estate and apartments. I think he just owned like a bunch of apartments, but then he also did landscaping. I can't remember. It was something along those lines. And he worked really hard in his first marriage. His wife didn't have to do anything. And then apparently she cheated on him when they were on a skiing trip somewhere in Europe. And she slept with it was something like the valet or something. It was something crazy. And he was telling me about his marriage now and how he thought he was never going to get married again. But the woman he's married to now, she runs a company. I don't remember the exact details. I just remember how highly he talked about her, how much he respected her. And he was just stressing to me that women are taught, to go find a man to take care of them. But then the chase is over. And that was his whole thesis, was just how to keep the chase continually going. And when I look at, some of the women around me, and then obviously I'm a stripper, so I deal with a lot of men who are unhappy in their own relationships. So it's always like a constant topic for me. But I would say that, yeah, I think a lot of women, it's like we're taught, okay, the man saves you, you have his kids, and then that's your purpose, to be a mother. And my own mom, I feel like she just highly identified with that role for a long time. And it's really dangerous too, because when you make a man your everything and that's your whole identity, what happens when he leaves? Or maybe he doesn't leave, maybe he just dies. And then you don't have your own education to fall back on. You don't have a resume because you were too busy taking care of the kids. So then you have no job history. It's hard to get a high paying job, especially in today's age too, where it feels like you have to have even more education than you had to like 40 years ago. So yeah, it was just how to keep the chase alive. And it was really just to be so into yourself. And there's people looking at me now. this was my first time filming in public. Like, I'm really good with like the actual like phone camera, but now this makes me look like a professional. I'm not a professional. I don't want them to think whatever. Oh my God, I can take their spot now. Jesus, big fucking gigantic ants out here. I hope I don't take one home. But yeah, why would a man be obsessed with you if you're not obsessed with yourself? And the goal isn't to do it for a man. That's not the goal. It's just, that's a natural point of life. I feel like having somebody to love makes life easier, but you just can't forget yourself in the process. Like, when people say you need to take care of yourself, they mean you need to choose yourself. You need to choose yourself first and foremost in everything. So yeah, love is not everything. Build your business. If all you do is sit at home, of course that man's going to go look out for somebody who's doing more than you, who's more entertaining than you. But if you get to the point where you're so busy, and even if you start out with like doing all the extra stuff, so you'll have a man more interested in you, even if you start out that way, it's going to eventually flip. And then you're going to be too excited about what you're creating and making to where he's not your focus anymore. So yeah, I want to be like an anti-Shira 7. I love Shira 7, but I want to be more of the like, okay, get your rich man after you're a rich man first. That's what I want to be more of. Or at least just get a man with some ambition. God, some of these men don't have anything. Let's go look again at the waterfall. And then I'm going to take that horrible trek back in my fucking wedges. It actually wasn't that bad. And I feel like this is protecting me from the gigantic ants out here. I had a thought too as I was coming up, and I was like, if I have to die early, I hope I come back as a Native American like 3 centuries ago. I think that would be, or actually no, I would want to be a Native American before the current Americans came, before my people came. That's what I would want to be. And just lollygagging around in the waterfalls. Come with me. I really wanted to get some pictures, but the way the waterfall was set up, there's only one ledge, and it's right next to the waterfall. Like, there's no like convenient picture taking spot, unless if I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Okay, hold on. Okay, you can come with me real quick. Whoa! Whoa! So cool! Whoa! Whoa! I will be very upset if one of those gigantic ants eats me. Okay, bye. That's all I have.